How many pricing options are you giving your customers? You might be giving too many. So a few weeks ago, my kids and I were out of town and we had 2 hours to kill, and we stumbled into a Dave & Buster's, and I had never been to a Dave & Buster's before. But we walk in the front door and there's this counter, this big pricing menu, and there were just prices everywhere. And I walked in and I said, yeah, we're here. We have about an hour or two, and then we want to get something to eat, and the kids want to play some games. Where do we start? And the girl behind the counter, she was like, well, you get 20 tokens for $30 and 40 tokens for $100 and 60 tokens for $47 and 110 tokens for, there was like 10 different options. And I'm like, well, I don't even know how many tokens each game is. My head, we were just stood there with our jaws at the floor. And I remember thinking, Dave & Buster's, you have too many options. So I finally just said, well, we also want to eat too. And she goes, oh, well, that's a whole nother package. And she pulls out a different menu. And I said, oh my gosh, just give us enough tokens for an hour and be done with it. Like, I was so frustrated because I couldn't decide what package we really needed. And it makes me think of, in sales, I see a lot of people, they sit down with somebody and they show some different options. And they're like, well, for this price, you get this. And for this price, you get that. And for this price, you get that. And if you ever have more than 2 options for your customers, you're going to start getting a lot more objections. Why? Because the person's head is spinning and they can't make a decision. So the golden rule in sales is to have a choice of 2 positives. Always present 2 very positive, high value options and close with it's either this one or this one. And then only if they present an objection about either one of those, then you can present a third or a fourth. But I see a lot of this gold, silver, bronze, high, medium, low. That's too many. 3 is too many. So decide what are your 2 highest valued packages you can show customers, and always present those 2 first. I also suggest that your highest package be a pretty good package. People can't buy if they don't know what you have. So for years and years, I sold supplemental insurance, and the company I worked for had a cancer policy, heart policy, accident, life insurance, and all sorts of stuff. But what was the leading product was the cancer policy. So for about 2 years, all I did was talk about the cancer policy. And then I started to realize, well, gosh, there's a lot of people that already have a cancer policy, or some people don't qualify for it because they've already had cancer. I should probably start talking about the accident policy or heart policy, but I didn't really know how to bring it up. So what I did is I had a little piece of paper about this big, and it said cancer policy, heart policy, accident policy, life insurance. I just had those 4. So every time I sat down with a new family, I would say, you know what, Miss Jones? I say, the cancer policy is kind of our bread and butter, but we also have a heart policy, accident, and also life insurance. Out of those 4, which 2 would you like to take a look at first? And sometimes, like, the husband would say, well, gosh, I'm in construction, an accident policy would be really valuable to me. And then sometimes the mom would say, you know what, my dad died of a heart attack, I'm kind of concerned about heart disease. And so I would just leave out the cancer plan and focus in on the 2 that they told me that they were most interested in. So that's another way of, instead of me going in with my idea of what they should get, is giving them some options and asking them what do they want to take a look at. I made so many more sales by actually letting them shop than me just selling them on what I thought they might need. I have another video on price versus value. The link is below. And you would not believe, a lot of salespeople are scared to show one of their higher priced packages because they're scared people are going to have sticker shock. But the way we are all wired is people want the best value. Think about the last 4 or 5 times you've gone shopping. If there's something where you pay more but you get more, or you pay more but there's more bells and whistles on something, you're probably 95% of the time you were willing to pay more if you got more. So make sure you are always conveying the value, not so much the price. And you'll be able to make one of your 2 options a very high-end option. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's recap. So make sure you only have a choice of 2 positives Close with choice A or choice B. Make sure choice A is a pretty good package size for whatever you're selling, and make sure you're always conveying the value of what's conveyed in both of those packages. Only present a third or a fourth option if you get objections on one of the first two. But I think if you keep it really, really simple, you'll see your closing percentage go way up. So you guys have fun out there. Subscribe to my channel, share with your friends, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.